Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Varsha Kakkar here. So, I will be with you throughout the Drug Regulatory Affairs course. This course is a certificate course in Drug Regulatory Affairs. So, before starting and giving the importance about DRA, I would like to introduce myself first. Okay. So, I have got nearly about 17 years of experience in various companies like Park Davis, Dr. Reddy's, Cipla, and Rosen Pharma, Arch Pharma Labs, and Macrocare Clinical Research. So, in my career, I had been dealing with APIs, formulations, and other products also, right? So, in this session, I will be telling you what is the importance and what is the role of regulatory affairs and how you can learn each and everything about it. We will be guiding you right from the technical package to the filing of dossiers and DMFs. Okay, so those who are interested, they can learn each and everything in this, and it will be definitely beneficial for all those candidates who are looking forward and to make a career in regulatory affairs department. And for those who are also working in different departments but wanting to change their department to RA, so it is also beneficial for them. Okay, wherever you are working, irrespective of QA, QC, RA, that's absolutely fine. And I have seen in my career, people are there initially, they join whatever they are getting. Like if they are getting QC, they join in QC, but again they realize that RA is their interest. So definitely they can start their career from RA. It's not too late about it. So we can learn. So let us see what all things we will learn in this session. This is about all the departments we are covering here who are related to RA, right? So we will be seeing quality assurance, role of quality assurance, quality control. Of course, it is the main course, so definitely we will go in depth about RA, and we will be seeing about R&D, production, warehouse, and microbiology also. Okay, so all these department we will be seeing. Wherever it is related to RA, because RA is such a department where you need to correlate with all these department, and then only you can uh, coordinate with all these things, and then only you can work in get the documents, right documents, and then you have to submit it to the authorities. So that is a thing. That's the reason we are telling about all the departments wherever it is related to it. Now, coming to the regulatory submissions about US, Europe, and ROW. So, we will be seeing each day in depth, like how US FDA act about it, how it works. Okay, so we have seen so many times, or so many candidates must have heard about US FDA, but still unaware about how many departments they have, how does it function, it right? So all these things we will see in depth, and what types of DMFs they have, how what is the CTT format, how the filing part is done, how to write a DMF, how to present it. So there is a different techniques actually. It's a all technical things where we will be highlighting, and we will be telling you about each and everything. Okay, after that we will also see about the annual updates, we will also see about the deficiency responses, and then we will also see about the queries whenever the USFDA is there. So definitely they review the DMF and they get back to us whenever they have queries. So that is common thing. So what type of queries they will ask and how we need to respond to them, so that also we will see. And after that we will see the US inspections, and then what is EIRs, what is FDA 483s. So all these different topics we will be seeing in depth about it. So definitely you are going to gain complete knowledge about US. And then coming to the European countries, the similar fashion, we will see what type of submission procedures are there. Okay, so there are decentralized, centralized procedure, MRP, then how to write the active substance master file, then how to represent it, and what is a certificate of suitability, when we have to file it. Okay, so what is the criteria of filing it? It has got some validity, and it has got a renewal period also. So all these things we will be studying in depth about EU also. Okay, how the deficiency response, similarly, just like US, they will be also having a deficiency responses. They have to, we need to address all the deficiencies, right? So even in certificate of suitability, whenever you want to go for it, they will come for an inspection. So that what all things they will see when they come for an inspection. So all these things we will see in depth about the EU submissions also. And when coming to the ROW market, so see, different countries have different procedures actually. So okay, so we will see few countries follow few regulations, and other countries follow their own norms. Okay, so which all countries have follow ACTD, which all countries follow GCC, and which all countries are there where they have their own norms and they have got their own regulations. So all these things we will see whenever we are going through ROW countries, and the basic registration requirements, what are the documental evidences and what are the certifications required in ROW countries. So all these studies we will see in depth, right? And coming to the CTD format, we will also see how we need to submit a DMF, how to prepare a DMF, what all things will be there. We will take help of a guideline, ICH guidelines, and then we will, submit a DMF and dossier. And here we will have an opportunity to learn what all sections will be there, and from each and everything, starting from the beginning, what all documents we need to include, and from where to get this document, how to modify the document as per our guideline. All these things we will study in depth regarding DMF and preparation of a dossier also. And apart from that, since you know that every authorities are accepting the submission through ECTD. So we will also see that what is ECTD and how to present it, how to put your documentation in ECTD format. So all these things will be there in this session. Now coming to the modules, as we were discussing about CTD, CTD has got 5 modules, as everybody knows about it. Okay, so module 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 will be there. So what all content will be there in each module? Okay, so how do we need to arrange this each module? How do we need to write as per the guideline? Okay, so each and everything is precisely given, and we have to be very much technically sound. We should have a good knowledge to do all these things. So that knowledge we will create in you, so that you can do things independently. So you can compile your own module 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 whenever you are on board working with some of the pharma companies. So this type of knowledge we will give you, we will train you in that way. And after completion of this, we will also, as I said earlier, we will also show you how it can be converted into ECTD format, how your documentation should be arranged in ECTD. Again, for arranging this also you have a guideline for ECTD. So all these things we will be studying in depth in this course. Now, after this, we will also highlight about the Indian submissions. Okay, so what all things are there in Indian submissions? How does DCGI function? What is CDSO? What are the functions of CDSO? Okay, how does the regulatory authorities in India act? And what is a procedure? How many approvals you require for this? And which all guidelines they follow? So this in-depth study again for Indian submissions we will see. And then coming to overview of guidelines, basically we will highlight here about the CGMP guidelines. We will also see about the USDMF's guidelines, and we will see the ICH guidelines also. Okay, coming to the CGMP guidelines, we will we will have a thorough knowledge about pharma company, how far it is related to it, how the pharma company should keep updated knowledge about CGMPs, what all things they have to do, and do's and don'ts about all these things we will see in depth about CGMP guidelines also. Now, coming to the other activities, we will also train you about job interviews. Okay. And based on that, whatever the queries are related to it, we will also train you for that. Okay. Not only this, whenever we are discussing during this training session, whatever the queries are there, we will be solving it then and there. And definitely, we will also highlight you at the end of the session what all queries will be asked in the interview, especially for a beginners who doesn't have an idea about it or who are freshers to the RA department, who they can learn a lot of things from this session. And a test will be conducted before, it's an assessment you can say, before giving a certification, so that just to have a knowledge that whatever is trained by us is definitely understood by our candidates. So it's a basically we want to assure you that whatever we have we have so many topics in our course, so all these things are covered and you should have a good knowledge, and definitely you should also learn a lot of things from us. So that is the idea behind this training session. And coming to the course material, we will be handovering the course material after completing of the session. Okay. And in between the session, we will be asking you so many queries. And if you also want to have a discussion, or if you have any queries, you can stop in between and then you can ask us. We have a system in our app that you can ask, you can raise your hand and then you can ask your query irrespective of any hesitation or any feeling anything, like if it is a smaller query or nothing like that. Even a fresher without knowing and only you can ask about what is right from the beginning, that what is regulatory affairs, right?